Yeah. What do your folks do?
What do my folks do? Yeah. So my mom homeschooled me. She used to be a lab tech.
She homeschooled you?
Yeah, my brother, sister, and I.
It's uncommon here in Brazil.
Very uncommon. Yeah, I usually say like, who's been homeschooled at my shows? Usually there's like 3 people, but I think I don't know if I said it in Brazil or at my show recently, but yeah, usually it's very light amount of people who have been homeschooled. But it's weird. Homeschooling is like, you never really know if the kid's gonna end up normal, because.
Well, there are many things involved in that, right? I would say that the biggest thing that you miss when you're homeschooled is the
social aspect. Yeah. So I ended up going to high school in grade 9, but before that, I would hang out with like other homeschoolers, and I would say even before I went to high school, I was a relatively normal homeschooled kid.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom did that, and then my dad owned a family business that sold cups, pots, plates, and stuff like that. And
nothing related to music or art or anything.
My grandmother is a painter, or was a painter. She drew this of herself. She's a little conceited, but unbelievably talented. Like I have a bunch of pieces of her art. Just waiting for when I buy a house, and I miss her dearly, but so incredibly creative and well driven in that regard. But never really like musical. No, my family was never musical. I still don't think I'm musical. I just kind of found out like a formula that I follow, and it seems like it works.
Okay, but you are regarded to some extent as the Gen Z Eminem, right? Well, come on.
Which self-proclaimed, sure. I mean, so when I said that line, this was like the end of a music session when we were making songs, and they made a beat, and I was like, guys, I gotta go. And they were like, just freestyle something. And I was like, okay, sure. So I was like, I am HIM, the Gen Z Eminem. And they were like, that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. And then I remember sending it around to my friends, and they were like, that lyric's gotta go, bro. That shit is garbage. And I was like, you know what? If this many people have that much of a polarizing opinion on it, then it's probably good. Because
you understand internet.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You gotta be polarizing. You gotta give people like a reason to speak about you. Whether or not it be positive or negative, it's like, that's how the internet works, right? So,
well, it's better than being, I don't know,
it's better than being completely negative. I mean, like me saying I'm the Gen Z Eminem, who cares? I mean, I do funny, dumb shit. He did funny, dumb shit.
Well, as a Canadian, people would say that maybe you're the next Justin Bieber.
That's not going to happen. I saw him live one time, and I was at this massive arena, and all the girls would think, oh my God, Justin. And I was like, oh my God. And then as soon as he got up on stage and he started singing, I was like, oh, I get it. Like, he's unbelievable. Like, every single note perfectly hit, no auto-tune. He wasn't even trying on stage. Yeah, he's incredible. He's like, it really just, it clicked. And it was one of those moments where I was like, oh, this is why he's like a triple A artist, is because
he's incredible.
He's incredible. Yeah, it's beautiful. So I don't think I'm that. I'm more of a product of my environment, aka the internet. But I don't want to become that famous. I think it would suck, to be honest.
Well, being famous, I'm not Justin Bieber famous, but being famous kind of, it's better to be, if I could choose to have, you just get some money and you don't have to talk to people and you have to interact on social media. I don't know if you like social media, but I feel tired sometimes. Maybe it's because I'm 40 years old. I don't know. But I get tired sometimes because, when I realized that it would be impossible to make people, I don't know, wake up to be less polarized politically, or maybe able to talk to people and be ready to accept some different point of views, So that kind of makes me tired, So,
I mean, yeah, social media is an interesting beast to handle. I mean, whether or not you want to use it for good, whether or not you want to use it for bad, that's completely up to your own volition. But it's like using it is the only way to become something online today in this day and age. Like if I had to go out of my way to promote my music with like cassettes and what's it called, I would probably be a chiropractor now. I don't think I would be doing this.
Maybe not, because La 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 really hit really hard.
But it hit because of social media.
That's true. That's true.
There was
Yeah.
We went through it was an interesting phase because with TikTok blowing up in 2019, like really, really becoming like a worldwide sensation, our song was like one of the first songs that like really catapulted via the app. And when that happened, all of the radio stations around the world were like not accepting TikTok songs yet.
Really?
Yeah, so I know it did really, really, really well in Brazil, but across the world, yeah, we were like garnering a lot of difficulty because no one was like, oh, you know what, this song is actually good and people really like it, because it was only like all the streams were just coming from TikTok, all the popularity was coming from TikTok, so they weren't really fully accepting it yet. And then once Bad Guy by Billie Eilish like broke through and then broke through again, it broke through into the radio stations. That's when they started accepting more. So we got our song got popular like 6 months before it should have, or it would have been like the most optimal time to have gotten popular. And that was like a really interesting thing for me too, because it was like the monopoly of the music business that's like the real turning point where it became a lot more democratic, where I can go on, you can go on. All of these people in this room can just make a song, post it on TikTok, and it can be the biggest song in the world. And that's all solely off the basis of people enjoying it. And that was never the case with the music business. And now you see like the general music business, like the big label heads and the side of the business is kind of crumbling a little bit because they don't really have power of the internet anymore. It's way more democratic. So, and I've stayed independent my whole career, and it's cool to see more independent artists coming up and up and up. So,
Do you? It does feel like it's a lot easier nowadays to hit a song or stuff. But what were you doing when you noticed that La 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 hit?
So the day I actually dropped that song, I graduated university, and
It was a happy day.
it was a happy day. It was funny because my parents were frustrated with me because they were like, why don't we go for a dinner and congratulate you? And I was like, I have to go release this song and put it out everywhere because it's going to change my life.
You felt that before.
I just spoke it into existence.
okay.
I was just bullshitting, but
But
it was like one of those songs where I hadn't made anything like that prior, and I was like, you know what, hope for the best. But within 3 or 4 days, it was doing twice the amount of my whole catalog. So I just remember sitting there being like, holy shit, what is going on? This is crazy. And it was a really cool experience. I don't expect to live through another hit record like that. Like, it was a worldwide phenomenon for a bit. And if it happens again, God bless. I don't really care. I'm so happy and so blessed to be in the position I'm in and have been for the past like 6 years. But yeah, I remember just sitting at home when all of this was happening and working 16-hour days, getting memes posted and telling people, hey, please post my song. I'll pay you a little bit of money. Please do this. Please do this. And then a record label bought it and then just like dumped hundreds of thousands of dollars on it. And it just went nuclear. Yeah, it was a crazy experience. Very cool. I wish I knew more in that moment, but
You mentioned it hit not in the optimal moment. What would you say would be the optimal moment and why?
Well, just the acceptance from radio stations globally, from the popularity of social media being a popular app, basically. And now songs that blow up immediately on TikTok are thrown into radio stations rotation immediately because the acceptance from the higher ups, I guess, if that
I
makes
see.
sense. Yeah.
I see.